say.
I fucking told you, didn't I?
No.
I did say.
Oh, you fucking tit.
I did tell you. I went. Is it still recording? You went, yeah.
Right.
There you go. Fucking hell. Good though we didn't carry on, innit? Fucking hell.
Hey guys, welcome to the kingshow.
We did do another one before this, but
Yeah.
it fucked up.
Well, I clicked it and it said, and the recording was on.
The microphone pressed the space bar, and
so we have to make sure that it's not touching anything.
it's fine now.
But
I knew there was something wrong because I didn't see the flipping timer.
Yeah. But like we were saying, and
I asked him how his week's been. Has it been looking up, or has it been just basically a straight line, or has it been going down a little bit? And
I said a mid to lower on the meter scale.
Pardon me.
I've been up since 2 a.m. No sleep. I've been redoing the research I've been doing for upcoming conspiracies. To make sure everything's correct. You know what I mean? I haven't been right for the past few days anyway. I mean, people may say that being left on your own or in your own company, so to speak, isn't ideal. But that's where I thrive. I'm an introvert. Like, I like my own space. Like, that's where I'm.
Didn't you say you want to travel the world?
Yeah.
It's going to affect you in some way, though, don't you think, if you're an introvert?
Well, no, because because at that period, like, I don't know what will happen in the future, but as long as I have a system in place to which I'm working towards, to where I'm able to, like, you know, go somewhere and just stay there instead of flipping, you know, having like heart palpitations.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, to go somewhere, you have to be in the company of other people.
Well, not necessarily.
Yeah, how are you going to get to another country if you're not flying a plane or getting on a boat?
Well, who said you have to go by plane?
And I just said it by boat. You're in the company of people.
Well, then...
I'm just saying, you know, if you're an introvert, you're going to have to share your space with people if you're travelling anywhere.
No, I won't, because I'd pay for my own room.
But you...
Well, just because you're on a boat with a lot of people doesn't necessarily mean you have to share the
Yeah,
same
but
place.
you still... You can't stay in your room.
I'm not saying I wouldn't, but I'm just saying that, you know, I wouldn't go to the busiest place. I would find other ways of enjoying my trip or my stay in the country.
Say if you went on a cruise. Yeah.
Yeah.
And wind's picking up. And it's daytime. Breakfast, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. On a cruise ship, majority of the times with the cruise ship I went on, there was a breakfast at the top deck, and there was loads of people there. You'd sit alone, right? Of course, you'd sit alone, and you would eat alone.
Yeah.
And then go back to your room. What if you wanted to enjoy a bit of sun?
If I wanted to enjoy a bit of sun, I'd either go on the promenade deck,
where there's loads of people.
Well, if you have your own promenade deck, then, you know, it depending on what you could afford room wise.
No.
But
how much money are you hoping to have in the future?
a lot, so I can avoid people at all costs if I can.
Shit, man, that's gonna cost quite a bit of money to have your deck.
But you know,
the public deck it will be at the top.
But I mean, who knows? I mean, I don't know what will happen in the future or where I'll be money wise. But by that point, I would have had a system in place which I built up over a period of testing myself. But yeah, I do want to travel. I want to be the first person in my family who travels outside of England. Because I've been outside of England before, but that was like Paris. 17 years ago in Paris. And there's not that much to do in Paris.
There's a lot to do, but not for a kid.
But when you're going with school...
Not a kid. There's a lot to do for adults. I was going to say humans then.
Yeah.
There's a lot to do for adults because, when I went a few years back, there was so much to do. I couldn't even start what to do. There was loads to do. But obviously for kids, you don't want to look at the Notre Dame. You don't want to look at the museum. You don't want to look at, Napoleon's... you don't want to look at Napoleon's old palace.
No.
You don't want to look at any of that stuff because you don't have a clue what they're all about. But me, I loved it. But if you went again... If I went
to Paris again...
What you will love it.
I would go to the art museums.
You go everywhere.
I would go to all the monuments.
Yeah, you go everywhere. And
but
the thing is, Paris is so big. It's a big place. So I only went for like 3 days, and I was just knackered at the end of the day because I was walking. I want
to go Greece. Go look at the statues, mythology. Taking that sort of experience, not just go somewhere with a few people who you don't like, just like doing what we used to did in Cornwall. That to me is not. That's not like.
Yeah, but the thing
I want it to be like educational, but still fun.
Yeah, but we was only young then.
Yeah, well,
was 19, 21.
Yeah, but that's what I want to do.
And they were kind of our friends back then.
Well, yeah,
there was until things went tits up.
But that's what I want to do. And if I'm...
That's going to test you though, isn't it?
And
that will test you.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't want it to affect me my whole life to where I'm pretty much either... Well, I'm not housebound, so I won't go that far. I choose to stay in.
Yeah, but that staying in...
But I know that staying in for too long is going to make me go back.
That will waste your life. Because life...
So I want to test myself.
Because life is too short.
Yeah, life's too short. And plus, I want to test myself. Like, obviously not to the length where I'll have a proper heart palpitation where I might have... I don't know, nervous breakdown.
Like going to America by yourself. No. That'll be a bit too much. You need somebody to do it. I wouldn't like to go there on my own.
But I want to test myself. Right? And if I'm at a point where I'm earning a load of money and I can afford the best room with my own promenade deck or whatever, then I'll do that.
You don't mean a lot of money as in... You don't mean a lot of money as in rich.
No, not rich.
You mean money as if enough to live off.
Yeah.
For me, right, I come under the...
I'd say that, like Rich Piano used to say, comfortable.
Yeah, if I look back at myself a few years back, right, 5 years ago, I was thinking, I want to be a millionaire.
Because obviously money's not everything.
I want to be this, I want to be that. But now when I look at myself, when I think about it again, right, this is how I am now, right? Being rich is probably going to be virtually impossible, right? But being wealthy doesn't mean you're being rich. Making a living doesn't have to be rich.
No.
Being comfortable doesn't have to be rich.
No.
Right? This is where I am at the moment. Right? I'm writing comics. I've got one coming out on Comixology, and I found another comic platform called Comics Drive-Thru. Next year, this year, this year and the years before, Comixology have been doing a payment scheme on a quarterly basis, on a 50% cut of your sales per quarterly. Next year, Amazon's took over now of the accountants, and next year they'll be starting a monthly payment scheme, still a 50% basis, which is brilliant because, of course, that means then if I get enough comics out from, I mean, this is. I'm going out on a limb here. I'm actually. This is obviously too much to say, but if I've got enough comics out by next year, which is a huge doubt, but if I do, then I'll have a monthly payments will be brilliant, because then it's realistic to be paid monthly and still live off it instead of quarterly, which is virtually impossible to live off. Comics drive-through, they're 60% profit, which is 10% obviously more than Comixology. And if I've got my comics on both of them, that's going to be great. But being rich is going to be virtually impossible for where I am at the moment with owning my own publisher. Right, I'm not going to be unrealistic. I'm not going to be deluded anymore. I was like that in my mid-20s. I'm not going to be deluded now. So I'm just going to say that I want to live off it. Not be rich, not own a massive house, nice apartment somewhere with my own little studio. That will do me now. Because the more you get older, the more realistic you become, and the wider scale of the picture you will see. I mean, you'll be thinking years ago that I want to be a millionaire. Now you're thinking, that's a bit. Come on, you know.
The way I look at it is, right.
So enough to live off is fine by me.
Yeah.
Enough to where I'm not working, but earning enough to live off, to pay bills, and to own a nice apartment, and and comfortable, where I think, right, I don't really need a part-time job, but if I need to go and get a part-time job to support me, I will. But that's where I am now. To own a nice little apartment somewhere, that'll be fine.
So let me put it into
Penthouse suite, that'll be nice, but
yeah.
maybe in 10 years.
Like,
when I'm in my 40s.
We both know that money's not everything, and when you suffer from mental health and that, like, you can have all the money in the world, right? But think of it in this sense, right?
Money helps. But
think of what you've got to think of. What, let us say, I don't know, like, you're out of work and then you start work again, right? Let's say you get a job at, I'm just doing a number, say 35, right? You then gotta put into perspective, right? I've now got a plan. My retirement fund.
You're going to plan that?
No, I'm just throwing it out there.
Okay.
Right. Because you've got to put certain things into perspective. Right, I've got a plan for my retirement, which, right, the retirement age, obviously they've upped.
68 now?
Yeah.
69.
Right.
That's over 35 years.
Obviously, leave something behind for your family, or if you have family. Right. So, me, instead of planning for my retirement, I would, between now and that point, I would rather do what I love to do, not necessarily, like he said, make millions, because you've got to be realistic, right, which we both are.
Just a short-term plan.
Just, like, I want to end up comfortable. To where, I'll be able to afford the stuff that millionaires do, but still comfortable to where, like, I don't have to have a load of houses. Like maybe one or two do me. Maybe one, you know. But that's not as many as rich people have.
What do you want? 2 houses.
Yeah.
All right.
A few cars, but nothing to excess. You know.
What kind of cars are we talking about? Don't say Lamborghini.
No.
We're gonna tell you what that's not comfortable.
A Rolls Royce, that sort of car. Which only costs like 70 grand, depending. But you know, you don't need to live to excess because we've seen. You know, I mean,
if I can earn like 60 grand a year, 60 to 100 grand a year from comic sales, that'll do me.
If you take the top estimate of that, that's basically a 6-figure plus salary.
What a year? Yeah.
It is,
60
yeah.
to 60
to 100 is like a 6-figure.
And on a monthly, that's like 12 grand a month, right? 11 to 12 grand a month, or over 10 grand a month.
Yeah, take away tax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get tax on. Well, yeah, of course, yeah, take away tax, of course. Can't avoid the tax, man.
No.
But, you know, that'll do me nicely. 10, 12 grand a month, you know. I can save up for a few years. Still live at home. Help my family out. Buy the house. Put a nice extension up. Get it all done up. And if we want to think of leaving, you know, we bought the house. We can rent it. We can rent the house. I can move away. My family can move out. My mum, my sister. I can help my sister out on doing what she wants to do. Like, I don't know, maybe go to university or something like that. Buy my mum some I don't know, help my mum out with somewhere else. And then, but this house will be, you know, will be great. It'll be brought for. It'll be paid for. It'll be nicely, and you know, nicely on the outside and inside. You know, renting it out.
Fun fact about university. Right, you know how us in England, and obviously for those of you in America, you have to pay. Right, university. Right?
It's still not free here, though, is it?
It's free in Scotland.
You know why?
Right, because the governments are fucked up, or they put in place free. Also, I'm gonna disperse a myth thing, well, unless you already know, but when you see millionaires with new items, right, don't think for 1 minute, right, that they actually own it. Right, because a lot of millionaires and a lot of celebrities, right, rent items for a day to make it seem.
It's like houses,
right? Like there was this one guy who went on a plane and they tried to make out that he was flying first class, but the guy who actually owned the airplane was sitting behind him, right? Because he actually rented it. That's the thing that you need to understand. A lot of these celebs rent a car for a day, right? So they don't really own it.
It's like houses. They don't own the houses.
No, you can rent a house for a week. Obviously, they don't rent houses; they rent mansions. Yeah. But don't think that they automatically own it outright.
I'll be doing that. I'll be renting apartments. You know, that's what I'll be doing. Nice apartments. not too extravagant,
No.
because I won't be able to afford it, but nice enough where I can think, wow, I've done well for myself here. And if one of my comics get turned into a film, show me the money, But you just never know. You never know. But where I am at this moment in time, I now realise that, life doesn't last long, and it takes years to, especially from where I'm starting from, with starting my own publisher and stuff. It's going to take me years to become a millionaire. It's going to take me many. I might not even be one. I might never even be one. But if I am, great. If I'm not, never mind.
If you're solely doing one thing, then yeah. But if you diversify yourself, diversify your talent into other avenues, then becoming a millionaire, not that that's your goal, obviously. Your goal is to obviously get your work out there and be well known in an industry.
Yeah, and earn enough to live off.
Yeah, but if you diversify into 3 or 4 avenues, I'm not going to say sky's the limit, but you never know.
Sky is the limit, really.
Right?
Sky's the limit for anyone.
But it depends on what you want. If you just wanted like a fairly sized income month to month, then let's say you want to sell, I don't know, 30 issues of every comic you've done a month, and that rigs you in, I don't know, let's say 1,500 a month, right?
30 issues
of each of whatever, how many issues you've got or collection you build up, right? And you 1,500 to 2,000 a month or whatever.
Probably a bit less.
Maybe a bit less with deducting tax.
Yeah, because an issue will cost £2, and the profits will be taken on by the companies that will be selling them, because they've got to earn a little bit as well.
But if you have everything,
and then you got the tax as well.
Yeah, but if you have everything in house, man, you took on everything, and by that time, I don't know.
What do you mean in house?
In house, you handled everything.
Yeah, but you still got to sell somewhere.
Yeah, but if you still had the majority of it still in house, you wouldn't be paying that much tax.
Yeah, but you're still paying tax anyway.
Yeah, but
because you're earning. But you're earning.
Yeah, but all I'm saying.
So tax, I'll be still paying the same amount of tax, even if it is in house.
Well, not necessarily.
Yeah, because I'll be earning money. If you earn money money from a product, and you're going to be taxed.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if you have everything in house, right, you won't be paying as much tax as
you
if
will
you were.
be.
Not necessarily.
Yes, you will, because you're still earning money.
No, you're not understanding what I mean.
I am understanding every word you're saying. I'm not flicking a switch in my mind when I'm turning off. I understand everything you're saying. Does it matter if you're in house? Does it matter if you're out? It doesn't matter if you're in house. Does it matter if you're not? If you're still earning money, the taxman will still know you're earning that money from that product you're selling, and he'll still come for you with the same amount of money. So it doesn't matter, because the taxman's a bastard.
The only way tax will go up is volume. The more volume you sell, the more tax.
If you're earning a subsequent amount, right, of money, right, I don't have to pay tax at this moment because I haven't earned enough. The only when you earn enough tax is when you go above the 11,500 mark. That's when the taxman will take notice and go, right, okay, right? When you start earning a significant amount of money, that's when they'll come knocking at your door and go, right, okay, now you're earning this much, right? I mean, they won't. Even if you're not earning a lot of money, you've still got to, tell them how much you're earning, but they won't take any off you. But when you take a foot over that line of earnings, that's when they'll go, okay, right, we can't let this go on any further. You have to pay. That's the thing. Until you reach that mark, you do not have to pay tax, but you still have to unveil it to them of how much you're earning. You've still got to fill out the tax form. You still got to send it off every year, but you don't have to pay tax.
Talking about tax form, I'd want to do it online.
Yeah, I'm gonna sign up online myself.
But luckily, I don't have to pay tax because obviously
you've got your own.
I have a non-profit, so I don't have to pay. So I don't have to do all that.
You've got your own comic book thing, haven't you? Or and that's set up yet?
It's set up, but I haven't gotten even ready for it yet. So when I've got a product to sell,
yeah, but
then obviously,
what do you mean it's set up? You set up for what? What have you set up with? HM revenue?
What of that? Well,
so if you set up with HM revenue, mate, you've got to unveil tax because that means to them you're a business. Now, if you're a business, you've got to tell them how much you're earning.
Well, when I went to the meeting, I asked the guy, because I'm well, not to divulge any private information, but obviously it could be. But when I spoke to the manager of a bank I went to, that I'm with, he said to me, have I got anything ready to sell you? And I said no. And he said, well, that's fine, but when you're ready to, when you've got a product to sell, make sure you contact the revenue.
That don't mean anything. You've still got to tell them every April. If you're set up with HM Revenue, right, they've got to know.
No, I haven't set up with HM Revenue yet.
Then why?
That's what I'm trying to say.
You didn't. I've been going on it for the past few minutes. And then you could have said.
Well, I tried to say because I didn't want to divulge any private information.
How's that divulging private information when you're just talking about a bank manager? You never said his name.
But
so you haven't set it with HM Revenue. You're not an actual publisher. You're not an actual publisher yet. You haven't set it up yet. You haven't properly set it up.
I've got my bank account. I've got my account. Right.
Then you've.
Right.
Yeah.
I haven't got any product out yet.
So you've got a bank account. You've got a business bank account.
Well, I told you this months ago.
If you've got a business bank account...
Yes, I know. I'm well aware.
You can't let that go, thingy.
I'm well aware. I've got more than one business, you know.
Yeah.
So I do
more
know.
Than one business?
Well, I told you all this months ago. I've got a book publisher.
Yeah.
I've got my non-profit, which I don't have to pay anything for.
I don't remember all these things. I've got my own shit to think of.
Well, it was only like it was when I was still. I told you this when I was still working.
That was last year.
But I told you all this.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna remember this stuff, am I? This is for you to remember, not me.
Well, I know everything. I know everything. Everything's well in order. I know what I'm doing.
Oh, okay, fair enough. If you can get away with it.
As soon as I've got a product, right, I'll let them know.
Oh, you need to.
Well, yeah, but
if you start earning money, man.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be a complete dick.
They'll be flipping emailing you, going,
But with my non-profit, infected.
Yeah, that don't need to be spoke about because you're not earning money.
No, because I'm doing it for free.
You're not earning money from that. But
if I wanted to, not that well, depends. But Just so you know, we're going off a tangent, like I said. So bear with us.
If you wanted to,
I could turn the podcast into a business, but we're doing this more. I wouldn't say fun, but we're enjoying what we're doing as a break.
Yeah.
Now, I've already done, I could turn it into a business, right? I still make it free, but I want to keep it fun. That is something we do in our spare time. So, but everything's will be in order. I'm not worried.
I'm not saying you are. Why should you be?
I've got good intentions, but like we were saying, comfortable is the aim. The only thing I'll probably have is a house or two, somewhere hot, probably Spain, Italy, all that area. Spain, Italy, well,
fuck's sake.
In the outskirts of Spain.
If you wanna see British people every day, go to bloody Spain.
No, that's what I said. In the outskirts, somewhere where you don't get a lot of people. About 5 dogs. I don't know. Not in England anyway. But that's just a random tangent. As far as my mental health for the weekly recap. I've just been doing a lot of thinking. Nothing too important. Nothing too exciting. Just thinking. I mean, not that I ever cared about the flipping arsehole, but it just came across my mind. Thinking, doing the what if type scenario that people seem to do. If they was a shit parent, saying, "Oh, what if he was still self-employed? And I was, raking in a lot of money.
Who? Your dad?
Yeah.
They're not going to know who you mean.
Well, I think they might have a bit of a clue when I say shithead parent.
Yeah, but you could mean anyone.
Well, for those of you wanting to know, I'm on about my dad.
Yeah.
He's a shithole. But anyway.
It's not like they're going to click on just like that. So they don't actually really know you.
Was a self-employed guy with his brother. Had their own car business. Those were the days where he used to be a bit of a meathead. Used to have about that thick of a wad of money in his pocket at all times. Saw himself as a bit of a Jack the Lad type before he met my mum. But at that point he was 28, everything was going great, and then shit hit the fan and went on a downward spiral. I mean, it didn't help that his family on his side are all alcoholics, so not much of a surprise.
Yeah, that won't help, will it?
No. And then obviously going through the domestic violence route, being abused as a kid.
What, your dad?
Yeah, my dad had a similar childhood that he put me through. Who knew? Yeah, drinking. Alcohol. just repeating the cycle. It's probably the same from the very first generation up. I don't know because I haven't checked.
It's not like you bothered, is it?
No. I would want to check for for my kids' sake.
You did go. You did. Look it up. You did check your past family there at one point, didn't you?
Yeah, my mum's side. Because obviously that's the Irish side. So you know, like for those of you interested, I'm half Irish. I think then, yeah.
What's your dad?
Irish. Mum's Irish.
Have you got
Because
anything?
my granddad was Irish when he was in the military.
Yeah. You going down on your dad's side or your mum's side?
My mum's side,
What about your dad's side?
probably Irish.
Probably
But
Irish.
the reason why I say that is
Maybe.
because my dad was a bit of a bullshitter.
That mean Irish are bullshit.
Meaning he would say one thing where he was born, and then he would change. So I don't really know, because obviously he said a lot of stuff that he could have just said.
Just to shut you up.
But I know that on my mum's side, that's Irish. Because obviously my granddad was in the military, World War One. But I'm sure I'll have a check at one point. I might
Well, it's
I
nice.
might order his death certificate to find out his parents' name. My granddad and aunt and grandma. Because I never saw him when I was growing up. But, you know, what will be will be. But yeah, just been thinking of useless information.
Procrastinating.
Eh?
Procrastinating.
Yeah. You know.
Thinking of nothing but shit, basically.
Yeah. You know.
We all do it. We all just stare into nothingness and
thinking that this man who was 28 had everything. You know. And then all of a sudden, for some unknown reason, he stopped working. Turned to ducking and diving. For those of you that's like another term for robbing. And, you know, that was that. You know, he died alone when he was 50, near enough 58, down alone. Due to alcoholism. He was always like, his favourite tipple was whiskey. But he'd have it in coffee.
Irish do that.
Well, that doesn't necessarily mean you're Irish, because other people do that.
Irish love that. It's like my great uncle does it.
To me, that's a waste of whiskey. I'd rather just flipping drink it.
My great uncle did that. Does that. He lives in Armagh, outskirts of Belfast. And I kid you not, when I went to visit him for a week when I was 18, so that'd be 13 years ago now, me and my mum went over to him with my sister. And every morning when I woke up, it was like the Titanic's chimneys blowing off steam. It was that full of smoke every morning. Every morning. Because obviously, it's smoking all the time and stuff, and coffee and whiskey. Fag, coffee, whiskey, and but the guy had a lot of stories to tell, that's for sure. A lot of stories, but it's not the way I'd live, obviously. Smoking whiskey in my coffee. I've tried that before, with whiskey in my coffee. Not really my thing.
I'd rather fucking drink the bottle.
Do love me whiskey though. I love my whiskey. Neat. It has to be neat. I can't really stand whiskey with anything else. It has to be neat. That's all I'm saying. I had whiskey and coke when I used to go out on the town. But obviously you're kind of drunk then, so you can't really tell or not with the taste, because your taste buds are kind of fucked. But when I'm sober, it's neat. It's got to be neat, because it's just a chill out drink for me. I don't really drink it to get drunk. I drink it to relax.
Well, if that's your intention and you drink that sort of stuff, then you're not thinking straight, because that's not the type of drink you drink.
That mean? What? Hey?
No, what I mean is
you can relax and have a fucking drink of whiskey.
But what I was on about was when you said the drunk part. Like, that's not the type of drink you want to drink if you want to get pissed, because it's not enjoyable.
I didn't say it neatly. I said it with something.
I drink that sort of stuff neat. I drink that sort of stuff
Not
straight.
to get drunk though.
That's what I'm saying.
I'd said
to
get
drunk.
I said
what I said.
I had something with it. I said whiskey and coke to flatten the.
But I'm just saying that alone. I was just saying that you don't drink that sort of stuff to. That's what I'm saying.
Because if you drink that stuff to get drunk, wow, okay.
It's not gonna go well.
Not really. No, I've done it. To be honest, I've done it before. And I was fucked. I was absolutely done in. I was off my head. But obviously, I mean, I love me rum. I love my white rum. I love my Jamaican rum. I love me my whiskey. I love all sorts of.
I do spirits. Like to make a note that if alcohol is a trigger for you, as in you have a problem with drink, then I would advise you, if you're listening, to not listen.
Well, yeah,
because obviously we're not advocating alcohol, but we're just saying that
we apologise if it has something.
So
if it is
I just want to make that clear, because obviously we don't want to obviously have anyone spiraling even more. But we're just saying that when we do have a drink, which is rare. Well, for me, it's rare anyway.
Yeah, it's rare for me.
We do like obviously the stronger stuff, like vodka and all that.
Yeah.
Right, because I can't stand the shit that pubs sell. Like, I can't stand bitter, like Strongbow and all that. That doesn't do it for me. That was the type of stuff that my dad used to drink. But you also have a little tipple with whiskey every now and then.
I've never tasted bitter.
It's fucking disgusting. I remember taking a drink once and I spat it back out. Oh, my dad.
I tried bitter, right, when my dad wasn't looking in the pub. He went off, right, and I was like 8, 9, 10, something like that. I can't remember, but he took me and my 2 brothers to this pub. And my dad went off somewhere for a bit. And before I came back, I took a sip of his I think it was Tetley's bitter. I think I'm not that well accustomed to bitter breweries, but wow, the taste just went. It's like my head exploded. Obviously I didn't keep it in my mouth. I just spat it out, and And my dad came back and he knew I took a drink. Don't know how he knew, but he knew. Strange that, isn't it? And he said to me, do you want a bit more? I was like, no. And he was like, I knew you'd say that. Don't nip my drink again. I went, don't worry, I won't. And he just grabbed his mug and...
I had my
Gosh.
I had my first before I had my first drink of proper alcohol, let's say, I used to drink the Sandy all the time.
Sandy.
Yeah. But one Christmas when I was about between 11 and 12 years old, in a controlled environment at home, I had my first drink of red wine. That was my first ever drink.
Some strong stuff right there.
But that was in a controlled, obviously, with both parents.
Red wine's strong. get drunk on like 2 cups.
And I weren't phased. But then, but obviously, I take after my mum.
Yeah, but
in the sense that I don't have that gene where I'm addicted. So.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have drank that much. They wouldn't have allowed you to drink that much.
No,
because red wine is flipping strong as fuck. And
I've had red wine, a few times. It's not that strong to me now because
it's still strong though.
It's strong.
It can still get you drunk in no time. That's why I don't. I mean, if I'm gonna drink red wine, I have 1 cup. I don't keep topping it up because sooner or later you're gonna be thinking, "I thought I'm not really enjoying this anymore."
Well,
I don't really call it enjoying it when you're drunk. It's more like, oh, I'm just doing it for the fun of it. To enjoy it, I'd say you have to be sober because only then you will enjoy the taste. But when you're drunk, you don't really taste it anymore because you can't really feel the taste anymore. You just keep drinking and drinking until you're off your head.
I like a kick, like, bourbon.
Yeah, whiskey will do it. Bourbon, whiskey, that kind of stuff will do.
I mean,
you only need 2 cups of that, 2 little glasses, and you just sip it. I mean,
that's where a lot of people go wrong. I think they think, oh yeah, I've got to neck it. Well, no,
you don't need to neck it
because if you do that, especially with something like bourbon, even vodka or something, if you neck it, you will get a burning sensation.
Yeah.
In the chest, and it's not a good one.
The only time I've necked whiskey was when I was late to meet my mate to go out. Going from work, and I necked back three glasses, and got my stuff together and quickly headed out to get myself in the mood because I was a bit tired from work, and I need to get myself in the mood a bit because at the moment I'm not really in the mood. So I just necked back 3, maybe 4 glasses, headed off out, and then I was a bit merry, and I didn't have to spend that much money because I was already a little bit merry, so I didn't need to spend that much. So I took out 20-30 quid. Didn't even spend all of it because I didn't need to. So I just stayed the way I was. I had 2 more drinks probably, right? Probably had 2 more vodka and cokes. Vodka and cokes, and probably whiskey and cokes, but I didn't have a lot. And then that was it. People was, oh, you're going to buy any more? No, I had a bit at home. And I did it for a reason. Didn't want to spend that much money. So I made sure I wasn't going to spend that much money by necking back a few at home. Already merry, already at that state where I didn't want to go any further. And then that was it. Because this is how I see it. I've been in moments, I've been in situations where I had to stay in bed for a few days because I was that drunk. I was that gone, you know. I just couldn't move. I couldn't even get out of bed because I was that drunk. I just kept drinking and drinking that night. It was a stupid mistake, but what can you do? I did it on quite a few occasions, but you reach a point where you think, I know where my going off point is now. I know where my point is, where I'm going to leave it now. You can feel it coming, and that's the time when you go, right, that's how I'm going to stop. And I did that ever since.
Yeah.
And then obviously I don't go out anymore. I go out, but not clubbing. I don't go out anymore. I don't. That's not my scene anymore. But when it was the last months, the last years of me going out, was time when I knew there was a stepping off point, when I knew there was a line, and I thought, right, okay, this is where I am now. I'm not going any further, because if I go any further, I'll end up waking up the next day, and I'll end up wasting a whole fucking day being in bed. And I hate that. I hate wasting a day. Because the reason why I hate wasting a day is because I love being productive and what I love to do. If I miss a day of not doing a damn thing, then that's just going to make me feel worse. So yeah, when I have a drink, I've got a bottle of whiskey upstairs. When I have a few glasses, I'll watch a film.
Yeah.
You know?
I have never, apart from one time when I made a stupid mistake and I didn't have anything to eat, but I didn't know about it.
I remember you were sick all over the place. Just walked into the room and I just saw you like with your head down.
I've never ever been drunk. My family have never ever seen me drunk. I've been tipsy, but I've never been drunk. I've only been drunk once in my life, and that was it.
I've seen you drunk more than that.
Yeah. Well,
I've seen you drunk at Daniel's house when we had that party. I've seen you drunk at the New Year's party up the street when I had to accompany you home with Owen. And you rang your mum up to tell her that you forgot your key and she had to come all the way back from the forest.
No, I did have my key.
You rang her up
I did have the key, but I lost my key. That's why I rang her up.
Yeah, so you didn't have your key then?
But I've only been drunk twice. Yeah. Not three. Twice in my lifetime. Right? And that was because I did the stupid thing of not eating. Right? And I knew I made that error. Right? So...
You didn't beat yourself up,
no,
did you? Because you was enjoying yourself and you just lost control, which we do.
But when I woke up the next day, I had a big fry up.
But that felt great.
To soak it up. Yeah. Because you need a bit of stodge. Some people looking at black pudding might turn them off.
Oh,
but not me.
No, man, not for me. That. We all have our own stuff to do.
I'm like him. I haven't bought any alcohol for a few years. But if I did, my favourite is vodka rum, Caribbean rum.
You went through that stage where I can remember that stage you went through years ago. I think you was in your early 20s, and you had that big bottle of vodka, and you asked me to come round.
Excuse me.
Because you was scared that you was gonna do something stupid.
Excuse me.
I said something really cold to you that night. I said to you, this is gonna sound really horrible, and believe me, I know I shouldn't have said it, but it was probably I don't want to make this as an excuse, but autistic people like myself probably do say things that are inappropriate in a situation, and that what I said was, if you want to kill yourself, kill yourself. Looking back at it now, I regret it, of course, because it was a friend asking for help. But as time went on, I did come round. So I probably realised what I said was wrong. And then I saw the big bottle of vodka, and I saw how empty it was. And I said to you, "You drank all that?" And you went, "Yeah." And I said, "When did you buy it?" And you went, "About 2 days ago." And it was nearly gone. And I said, "How much have you been drinking?" And you went, "I can't really remember." I was like, "What the fuck?"
I was in one of those moods.
I was like, flipping hell.
Like, but the thing is, at least I would say at least, but I'm smart. I knew where I was. I was at home, so you know, and I'm not, and I don't want this to come off as if I'm slating everyone else who goes out and does this. But what I'm saying is, I'm responsible. At least I know where I am.
Yeah.
So I can afford to.
But it was dangerous.
Yeah, it was dangerous, but
because nobody else was in the house.
Well, no, but I know my limits, and I was, you know. But when you said that, you know, but the only thing I did was I just had a swig and I just fell asleep after. Fell asleep.
You drank a lot.
Well,
you did drink a lot because you didn't buy it that long ago, and all of a sudden it's nearly gone. So you've been drinking it.
If I had drunk all of it in one day, then that would be more of a problem.
You want one day when you drank it, it was like 2-3 days.
Yeah, so that's good.
So it's like a third
so it's
every day.
Me.
Yeah, but still a lot for vodka. It's still a lot, but you know, you're still there, aren't you? So it's not like you went overboard.
Plus I don't have any. Plus you know I'm still healthy, so I check because I go well. The last time I had a checkup was about 5 years ago, but like the general checkup. But I don't have any health risks. Well, I hope I haven't, but I'm hoping to find out when I'm on my deathbed. So it won't matter.
Well, it's not like you eat shit, is it?
Well, no. But
yeah.
I'm more of a controlled drinker, but with the stronger stuff. I wouldn't necessarily have it around my house because that's another temptation for when you're in a depressed mood. And they do say that if you suffer from depression and you're in a mood, in that one of those moods, and you've got alcohol in the house, probably not a good idea.
Yeah, but you know,
if you think of it from their point of view, that's probably a good point.
Yeah,
because when you're in that mood, you don't know. Like you say, you know your limits, right? Like I know my limits, but when you're in that point, can you really hold yourself back?
I can. I've held myself back many times when I've been in that mood.
But I'd rather.
But that's my willpower, and you know about my willpower is really strong. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't have strong willpower. I look to the future and I think, right, okay, this won't be a good idea. But unfortunately, a lot of people don't have that.
But
you know, so
I mean, you know, but that's on the rare occasion. Obviously, like you know, if you have something.
Last time we went to the pub was a few years back now, wasn't it? Long time ago now, about 2-3 years ago.
Can't remember.
About 2-3 years ago. I mean, I can't drink lager now. I like beer. I like Coles Light because
the only time I can remember of us going out when we were still friends with Jason and that was when we went to that flipping pub. In West Bridgford. When he was with, I think he was either with one of his many girlfriends or he was just out.
Yeah, fuck. No, it was with Mel. Mel.
And then you lot just fucked off.
Yeah, the reason.
And left me.
Yeah, there was a reason. It's that massive bill.
No offense to, women, but
no offense to tall
big women.
Right, but
just
take this as a joke, right? Yeah. It was New Year's. I was like 22, 21. You was 23 maybe. Yeah, you would have been 23 because it was New Year's. Yeah. And was all in this pub. And was it West Bridgford? I can't remember.
Yeah, West Bridgford, yeah.
And there's a lot of people there, of course. And Jason decided to go, and I wondered why, and then I looked. I then went, left you alone, and then you followed suit. There's a reason for this, because there was a big girl looking over at all three of us. My mate, at the time, she looked at him first, then he went, then she looked at me, then I walked away, and then she looked at you, and then you walked away. She was tall, but she was wearing high heels as well. Flipping hell, she's like 6'4".
Without heels, she's easily 6 foot.
Yeah,
but she was wearing 6 heels.
She's like 6'6". She was beefy, man. She was beastie.
Obviously, this is meant as a joke. We're not obviously. I don't need to think that we're, against big women. We're not. But this is meant as a joke. It's just the way that she looked at us. Well, me in particular, no.
She was that hunger in her eyes. She was.
I'd get squashed.
Fucking Warwood. Oh. Jesus. I got out there. I got away as fast as I could. Wow. I'm only small, about 5'5". So it wouldn't have been suitable for me, really. You know what I mean? I don't mind women being taller than me. I've dated a woman, she was 2-3 inches taller than me. Unfortunately, that didn't go anywhere. But me and relationships haven't really lasted long. But she was great, she didn't mind me being smaller than her. But what can you do? It's not by much. But to go with someone that's a foot taller than you, it's not really. We all have our preferences, but it wouldn't be really my. For me, really, to be honest, going out with someone that's a foot taller than me, I'd be standing on a box, trying to kiss her or something. It's not. Yeah. Not really my place. That's one like Maria Sharapova, who's 6'2". She likes wearing heels. So she'd be about 6'8". She'd kill you. You probably wouldn't mind that, would you?
No.
But, going back on topic with mental illness, because, I don't know where we've headed.
No.
We just didn't. Never goes to plan.
No.
But as you were saying about depression and mental health, you know your limits when you're drinking, because you know that if you do keep drinking and you are in that mood, doesn't matter who you are, you're at risk.
Yeah.
And does it matter how altogether you are? Does it matter how stable you are? If you suffer from depression, then you're gonna be a victim. So me, I've got a bottle of rum upstairs, a bottle of whiskey. But I'm not gonna drink that when I'm in that mood. I'm not, because it's just not really.
It's like I know
it's not
you've got
advisable.
It's like I know you've got willpower, right? But even you having, and I think I've said this to you before, but I think it might have been a few years ago. I can't quite remember, but I even said to you, do you think that's a good idea? You have an alcohol in your room. You know, I mean, I know you got willpower, and but that's what.
Well, I mean, I've never in
I know
the
you've
years
never.
I've been alive, I've never committed to that kind of thing. I mean,
But a counsellor would say that just even having that in the vicinity could be danger.
Yeah, you might be right. You might be wrong. No, it's
like with anything, like it's like with I mean, you could even, I mean, it's not just alcohol you can overdose on. You can overdose on flipping penicillin, aspirin. You know?
I mean, the thing is with life is you're always going to get something that is going to be a risk.
Yeah.
It's like my bottle of rum upstairs. You know, that's a risk to me. But we do these risks every day without knowing it.
I mean,
the moment you walk out of the house, it's a risk.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I know. I mean, with certain spirits, you know, like whiskey and all that. Yeah, there are some medicinal purposes to it. Like obviously, if you read the history books, obviously vodka was a medicinal purpose.
We're not even supposed to be drinking alcohol.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
Alcohol is a medicine.
Yeah.
Alcohol is something. I
mean,
that heals.
you can intake it, but it's mainly to seal
We're not
cuts.
really meant to be drinking it.
No.
It's not. It was never meant to be for that purpose.
But that was down to some.
Humans just decided to turn it into this kind of.
Yeah.
You know.
But that was all because of, someone back in the olden days, thinking, right,
this will be good to drink.
Yeah. Let me open a saloon.
Let's get smashed. Come on, boys.
Come here, come up to me while I've got this cold one of shit that might not taste good.
Have a look at this, lads.
Pissed.
Ooh, what's that? Call it booze. I've tasted this before. The doctors, but this is stronger. And it can make you see things that aren't even there.
I mean, there's been a time that, I remember once I was doing something and I accidentally, cut myself or something. And, I grazed my top part of my leg or whatever. And obviously not deep, but deep enough to where it was like a bit of a cut. Blood. Right?
Get to the point.
Vodka. Put it on. Right? Within a day or two, it was fine. Because what it does is it stops the bleeding. And if you insert a bit of heat, obviously not like they used to do, obviously
it doesn't just stop the breathing. It doesn't just stop the bleeding, right? It removes bacteria. That's what it was used for.
Yeah, but it can also be used to cauterize it.
But
with a bit of heat.
To stop,
obviously not.
To kill bacteria. That's why hospitals have alcohol rub in each
because it's
ward,
disinfectant.
because it kills the germs in your hands.
Yeah, disinfectant.
So when you cut yourself, you just get hand towel, or toilet paper or something like that, pull it on, and just put it on there. You know.
Obviously, back then, right, they'd get a poker stick
and scorch it to heal. That paper. Wow.
Well, they didn't
When
do
someone
that.
came at you, one of them. I'm like, do you want this?
Fuck you.
You're like, what the hell's that? It's like, what
If
are
I
you
was
trying to do?
No, if I was ever in hospital, right?
Some guy started to prod you with a
No.
burning flipping. Some guy was coming at you with a burning piece of hot
Iron.
hot.
Well, that's what it was. That's what you used to use.
Why are we coming with that?
No.
Like, Billy.
I wouldn't be there.
Injury!
I wouldn't be there. I'd have escaped.
Doctor smiling, wearing a Joker. Looks like Joker.
Then I'd go back and kill him.
I won't go back.
I
A
can run
fucking
away.
Joker in my ward. No way.
If I ever went into hospital
Why so serious?
for something, and I had to sleep in the hospital bed, and there's only a little wound or whatever, and they didn't have any disinfectant, I'd be like, do you have vodka on you? Yeah, give it here. And I'd do it myself.
Where was you when you had vodka? Did you say hospital?
No. No, I'm just going off on, I'm just going off on what you were saying. No, but this happened when I was
On a ward.
But with my cut, I was at home, and I had vodka lying around in my room,
Yeah.
and I thought I'd do that.
Easy peasy.
You know, might as well.
Yeah.
You know, but like I say, you're not supposed to drink it. It's for medicinal purposes.
Yeah. We're never supposed to drink that stuff.
Well, I know vodka's medicinal.
What people do to themselves every weekend getting drunk, right? Surely it would take minutes or a day or two off your lifespan. Surely. Getting drunk. Surely. It would take a day or two off your lifespan. Getting drunk every weekend. Surely.
I know it'll fucking damage your insides.
Yeah. So it's gonna
That'll
take.
damage your liver.
It's gonna take a bit of your life, isn't it?
Because what'll happen is your blood will have to overcompensate.
your body isn't supposed to consume that much, or you know what I mean. People go way over the top. I mean, what worries me is the British society that we are living in nowadays. People think that they have to go over the limit to enjoy themselves, to enjoy their night out. They think that not remembering the nights before is a good thing. But how I look at it is, if you can't remember the day before, you've done something seriously wrong to your body. If you have erased your memory, some memory from the night before, you've done something really fucked up to your body to actually have that happen to it. I mean, come on. I don't remember the night before. If a sober person said that, I don't remember the night before, what would you think? That is something wrong.
Oh, well, you're fucked.
Like, what the hell is wrong with it?
I mean,
but when it comes to a person that got drunk the night before, and they are now suffering the consequences the day after, so people go, oh, because you enjoyed yourself. What's the difference? You've just stuffed your body with, it's poison, really. It is poison. Alcohol. If you drink too much, it can kill you. And people I've seen videos on social media. This woman was getting carried away by about 6 policemen, and she was singing a song aloud. People are laughing at her. You think, oh, she's enjoying herself, yeah. But fucking hell, she was gone. She was absolutely fucked. And
Yeah, because if you notice, when certain people get drunk, their decibels get louder.
yeah, but it's just but everybody's does. Because you can't really your motor skills, your ability to think straight and
It's like fucking
it's
slow
just
motion.
everything's amplified. I've been guilty of doing that. But the thing is, when you go out and you've got all this loud music around you, you've got to shout. So when you go back outside, you're still shouting because you think you've got to shout.
I've only been out twice. I was in clubbing that.
Yeah.
And I can't stand it.
I won't be able to tolerate it. I won't be able to tolerate it anymore. I mean, I'm not saying that people that go out and get drunk are idiots. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the culture, the British culture, right, is getting to the point where to enjoy yourself, you've got to get drunk. You've got to get pissed to enjoy yourself. And I've been in a situation before where I didn't want to get drunk. And people were like, oh, come on, mate. You know, have a good time. I had a few drinks, but I was like, nah, I'm alright, I'm fine. Stop trying to make me have a drink. I've reached my limit now. I'm tipsy. I'm dancing on time. I'm out with you on the dance floor. I'm having a laugh. What else do you want me to do?
Yeah, but that's
Start spinning on my head.
But that's the thing, though, isn't it? Peer pressure.
You know, and I never gave into it.
A lot of people don't. It's not that they don't have backbone. It's just that
I never gave into the pressure. Just like, having another. No, I'm not. Right? I'm not having another drink. I've had enough. I went home early. And they were going to stay. I was like, come on, stay a bit more. Like, no, I want to go home. Oh, it's only 1 o'clock in the morning.
And?
I'm going home. I'm getting taxi. Right? I'm going to Burger King. I'm getting a big fuck off chicken burger with massive fuck off fries. Yeah? I'm getting in that taxi and I'm going home. Well, I'm staying out till 7 o'clock in the morning, man. Well done! That's you! It's not me! So I went home.
Want a burger?
Burger.
Chocolate, strawberry.
Chocolate,
strawberry.
strawberry.
No, I want one.
I just went, I'm going home, lads. See you in a bit. It's like, oh, you're so boring. Don't give a shit, I'm going home. I'm tired. I've reached my limit. I've got the money I want to get home. I don't need to dab into my bank to get any more money out to get home. I'm going home.
It's like, I'll just say one thing and then we'll wrap it up. I mean, the culture now is they'll buy a load of drinks right at home. They'll have that as like a pre-warm up, as they say.
That's what I did.
Right, and then they go out, right, and they drink more.
Yeah.
Right, but it's half and half, right? The other half of it is that clubs and bars don't exactly help it by saying, I don't know, 12 shots for £2 or something.
Fucking hell, sorry about that.
Or £2 or 3 shots for £2 or whatever, or deals.
Yeah,
that doesn't exactly help it.
But the thing is, Bill, right? I'll always say this. They are businesses.
Yeah, I get that,
right?
but
and if you're and if people want to be the way they are, then there'll always be that person to give them that leg up to continue on to be that person who they are. And if people aren't, if the culture isn't going to change, right? Because again, there is a lot of, I mean, there's a reason why a lot of countries don't like England. There's a reason why a lot of countries don't like the UK. It's because, you know, the majority of the people that go away on holiday are the kind of people that get pissed out of their heads and cause a lot of disturbances when they are out. You know, and that's it. I mean, that's the British culture at this present moment. You know, that's how enjoying yourself is. It's like they think they need to get drunk to enjoy themselves. They need to. You don't need to get drunk when you go out. You don't. This is how I see it. If you're out with your friends, you're already having a good time. If you're out with your friends, you're already smiling, you're already laughing, you're already seeing the people that you love to be around, you're already having a good time. Right? You don't need to get drunk because you're with your friends. The only reason why you're getting drunk is because it's everybody else is. The only reason why you're getting drunk because it's just there. The drink's just there.
Well, no,
I might as well get drunk. It's there.
Well, no, because mainly, and this is not a stereotype, but it's partly because they think it's fun, so it'll amp the fun up even more if they get pissed.
That's what I'm saying.
Which it doesn't. They'll just but no, we're not just talking about the young people. There are some men who do the same. So we're not generalising.
Yeah, no.
But mostly the young people, they don't realise until they get to a certain age.
Our age.
Where I think, well, unless they've grown up, right, which most of them don't, they think.
I think they would have grown up a little bit when they reached the 30s.
Why did I do what I did when I was younger? I was a twat.
Yeah, or whatever. You've got to do these things to realise that they aren't the best thing for you. There was just, but the thing is, your body can go through a lot when it's that age. I mean, I did a lot of that. I did quite a bit of that when I was that age. But if I did it now, sorry, but I will feel. I'm confident in saying this, that I won't be able to cope. I'm comfortable in saying that I will not be able to cope going out now. I won't. It's just not my fault. It's not, and I won't enjoy it either. But even if I thought I would enjoy it, I won't be able to hack it. I look after myself. I exercise on a regular basis. I make sure I get a good night's sleep. I'm fit and healthy, but it doesn't mean that I'll be able to cope on a night out anymore, because I know I won't be able to. It's just, drinking for me is on occasions where I watch the World Cup final or the Champions League final, or I'm at a barbecue, or I'm watching a film one evening or something like that. You know, but weekends for me now are just me staying in and just chilling, really. Boring, I know, but it's just what I just love it. You know what I mean? I love in my house. I love chilling out, and you know what I mean.
When it comes to my birthday, and obviously I'll probably want to go out for a meal. And we fancy a drink, we may go to that place we went to before. Remember? Where we had that, not a shot, but we had a cocktail.
Toolbait.
Yeah. Have a cocktail or two, and that's about it.
And the good thing is now I'm not driving.
Exactly.
So,
but
I can drink as much as I want, but I'm not going to drink loads.
No, I don't really fancy doing what you and our other mate had to do with flipping Jason in Cornwall. You got absolutely bloody.
Yeah, and what me and Owen had to do for you,
But
and you
yeah,
want to do that
but-
for me because it's just too much.
but that's by the by. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the chat conversation.
My week's been good too, by the way. You haven't even asked me that. You haven't even asked me about my week.
Well, I did, but you said I'll go. But you told me to go first.
Yeah, but you.
So, well, how's your week been?
Look, say it, Ray. Say it like you're pissed off. Been good. My week's been good. I might be long. Week's been good. I always say this. I'm going to repeat myself. The only time when I'm happy, well, other than seeing friends, of course, and doing stuff like this, but the only time when I'm ultimately happy is when I'm productive in what I love to do. I've been writing my new. I've been trying to write my first issue of the manga series. I've got planned when I've got the first chapter written out. I'm gonna flesh it all out. I'm gonna flesh out the whole series and the volumes and the characters and the outline and I'm gonna do all of that. Writing makes me happy. When I'm happy, I write, and when I write, I'm happy. Easy as that, But obviously, I get points where I'm not productive, and they are my worst days ever. That's when I'm grumpy and miserable because I haven't really done much. But other than that, my week's been good. Been keeping. I've been keeping up with things that I want to do, and when you are, what's the word? When you're in front of everything, when you're keeping up with things, that's when you feel fulfilled. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel fulfilled at this present moment. That was my week. Oh, and I saw my friend. She's having not a very good time at the moment. She's in hospital in Cambridge. I went to see her on Friday, and unfortunately, the twat at some idiot at Nottingham train station decided to send me on the wrong train, which led me to where I wasn't supposed to be. So I had to be redirected. Thankfully, a person was there to manage the situation. She told me what to do and where to go. So that meant I had to take 2 trains to Cambridge. So I ended up arriving late. I was supposed to have arrived at 1 o'clock, but I ended up arriving after 3. So I didn't really have time to do much. So what I did was I headed straight to the place I wanted to go, which is a museum of consoles. And what I mean by that is computer games, which was amazing because they had 60s consoles in there, 70s consoles in there, 80s consoles in there, 90s consoles, 2000s. You know what I mean? They had everything. They had everything from my childhood. The first Nintendo with Mario, the Super Nintendo with Street Fighter, the Nintendo 64 with Mario World. It was amazing. Couldn't really stay long in there because obviously I had to go see my friend. But after spending 2 hours in there, playing on many games that I loved growing up, it brought back emotion. It was quite emotional because when you see stuff from your childhood, old TV shows, you go through this thinking process in your mind. It's like you're a kid again, and it's like you think, God, I wish I wish I could go back there and do this stuff again at that age when it was fresh, because I can remember first playing on the Super Nintendo when it first came out, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. Then you had the Sega Mega Drive. They had all of them, all those games. Then you get, when you've got enough money, like, we should go Cambridge and I'll show you it. And I'll show you everything they've got. It's amazing. It's a great place, it's brilliant. They've got the old Atari. They've got every single console. You know what I mean? And if they haven't got every single, they've got the majority. You know what I mean? It's a whole collection, and it's free. Just walk in and just play on them. You know what I mean? And every single one's 2-player. Every single one's 2-player. Mario Racing. Mario Kart Racing.
It's too flipping blocky though.
You know what? It wasn't that bad. I was surprised at the graphics.
Did they have any handhelds? Like Game Gear?
No, there was all consoles.
Oh.
There's no handhelds. But, well, actually, I might not have looked hard enough, but...
Because Game Gear is 80s.
Yeah, that
handheld.
90s. That was 90s. Along with the Game Boy. They were all 90s.
That run off a flipping brick.
Game Gear came out in like 1993, but it was fucking huge. It was like... it was like this.
Like that.
It was like... You know what I mean?
Near enough the same width as the flipping steering wheel.
It was massive Game Gear. Then you had the Game Boy. And then
I weren't a fan of the Game Boy. I was more Game Gear.
And then you had the Game Boy Color, But I don't think they had any of them. But they might do one day when they expand a bit more, because they've got a few more things opening up. When I went, I said, well, coming soon. Like, I was like, oh wow, I wonder what it's going to be. But that's been my week. My friend who's in hospital, she's going okay. She broke down in front of me a few times because she's got a son, and he hasn't been able to see her. He's been at her mum's house, and it's been a struggle for her, and she also missed his play that he did. So someone sent her the video, and she couldn't be there for it, which was sad. So she broke down a few times in front of me, and it was hard to see her this way because she's a very strong-minded woman. She's so brave because she's been through a lot. She's had this problem since she was a child, so she's been in and out of hospital all of her life, really. So she's always had that inner strength to come back. But to see her the way she was, and to feel her energy was, it was hard to hold myself together, but I did. I tried my best to support her. But I made her laugh a lot as well. I made her laugh because I wanted to put a smile on her face. But she will get back. She'll get back. She'll be home. She's just waiting for a transplant. And when she's got a transplant, she's back on the list again. She's near the top again. So fingers crossed they find somebody with the right blood cell, with the right. Hopefully it matches hers. But yeah, other than that, my week's been good, and it was good to see her laugh and have a smile on her face as well. But seeing friends, keeping creative, that's been my week really, and that's what I'm planning to make the whole week and my whole life. Creating stories. That's my life. So my life's all set. And travelling the fucking world. Hopefully you travel the world, but don't go hiding away all the time if we do travel the world. Oh, I don't want to be there. There's too many people. Where's it gone? You know. But yeah. My future is earning enough money to live off. Being rich isn't really a motive for me anymore. Just earning enough to say, I don't need to work anymore. It doesn't mean I'm a rich guy. It just means my business is now feeding itself. It's now flourishing. And I can easily think, right, okay, I am self-employed now. I am literally self-employed. I can live off this. So the moment when I can quit work and live off my earnings from my comics, that will be the moment when I can say I've made it. I don't have to be a millionaire. I can just say I've made it because I can quit work. You know what I mean?
Mm.
That's when I've made it, because it's now a job. It's now my job. I'm earning enough to say it's my job. So that's been my week. Seeing friends, putting a smile on friends' faces that need it. Seeing other friends, staying creative, staying positive, doing my yoga every day, exercising every day, staying healthy, reading, watching awesome TV shows, keeping my mind fresh. Feeding the brain, basically. So if you don't feed the brain, well, it's what controls you, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I'm also planning on going to Open University or something, and studying psychology. And
you do know that there's other ways of learning psychology for free, not paying
that's I mean, okay,
exorbitant amount of the,
but I would love, because I you know, other than my writing and being creative and with my comics and stuff, you know, another thing that I could do is counselling. Learning the ways to be a counsellor, because when my psychologist was talking to me, I found it really interesting to dive into a person's mind and to help them. You know what I mean? Come up with things, goals. You know what I mean, for them to do. And that also, I've also just recently I've realised that it's something I'm really interested in. So I'm going to look more into that.
So more of a life coach angle.
Yeah. In a way, yeah. More, yeah. Well, counsellor.
Yeah, but that's what a life coach is. They counsel people through their life.
Yeah. So something like that would be great for future references.
Yeah.
You know, but along with, if I can leave this job and be a counsellor, along with my writing my comics, two things earning and living from, not so bad, is it?
No.
So something to think about.
Yep.
For future reference, maybe in my 40s or my late 40s. Who knows? Who knows? But we shall see. Anything to add?
Yes. I'll keep this short as possible. We have rebranded the podcast. The previous podcast, the Darkness podcast, is still around. You can still listen to it on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher. But the service I was using to have the episodes on, to obviously be able to host it, was costing me $24 a month. Yeah, £17.50 a month I paid in the UK.
I've got to open the front gate because they'll be home soon.
Yeah.
They'll be a bit pissed off if they can't reverse up.
Right. And unfortunately, the service I was using has deleted most of the episodes. So, we're now using another service called Audio Boom. which is only costing me £7.50 a month, but with a lot more benefits. So our new podcast is called Kingshow. There's 2 episodes on that on there already. This will be the 3rd. We are available on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Tunein, and Radio Public. So I'll repeat that again. It's Kingshow, and we are available on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, and Radio Public. If there is one way that you can help us out, and that's by giving us a review, on all of those platforms, especially on iTunes. If you have access to iTunes, it would help us on there. But that'll be it for today's mental health recap. We will be back again.
If it has been about mental health.
Just
a wide range of
I did preface that we're going on a tangent.
You can't always stick to one subject, you know.
But I hope we hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. And again, with the alcohol, again, if it's a trigger, then we would advise you not to listen to that part and maybe skip that part if it's a trigger for you, because obviously we don't want to have any fatalities regarding alcohol.
We don't have backlash.
No. But anyway, we've been here long enough. Have a nice day, nice night, and we will see you next time.
When will the next video be about? What conspiracies?
Well, we've got to read what's left of the Titanic and see if there's enough there to make a part 2.
Yeah, there will be.
If not, then we may have to add a part 1 of another conspiracy onto it. But we'll discuss that off air.
What could the conspiracy are you?
When I've done the Rothschilds, that's done, and the Morgan family and the DuPont.
Got some good stuff coming up then.
Yeah, but we'll discuss that off air and then we'll get back to you. We won't give you a day because we don't want to put something out there and it doesn't happen. So we'll let you know. Yeah. So thanks for joining. Have a good day, and we'll see you next time.
See you soon, guys.
Bye,
Stay
guys.
safe. Stay happy.